Hey, what is up again out there to all the lifters and the up and coming lifters? Coming back to you with another unique selling point. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Shan. And unfortunately, your team captain could not be here today. But nonetheless, we're going to continue this with one of our other points that we're doing, which is real-time group heart rate monitor training. That is a mouthful, but since we could not give you the super soldier serum that helped me become Steve Rogers, Captain America, we have the next best thing, which is indeed science. So what real-time heart rate group monitor training is if you're familiar with any of the fitness trackers that have been around now for well over a decade, they test things such as your heart rate and sleep and activity and steps and all this stuff. And the data may be one way or the other in regards to how logical or realistic it is for your particular body type and physiology. But nonetheless, it does capture this and it does help for you to make changes in your fitness journey. So if your goal is to actually increase and improve your cardiovascular health, strength, endurance, you need to, just like you train your muscles with your physical body muscles, you need to stress your heart in a way that improves these things. And one of the best things you can do is tracking your heart rate during the activity. So they had this around before I left the United States. It came out here. And what it is, we'll put in a picture for the thumbnail, but basically it'll be in the training academy is a big board. Think of like a TV or a projector screen that has little blocks where each person's name is given a block, and then a big number in the center that signifies the percentage of your maximum heart rate for the goal you're trying to achieve is being pushed to, and then it'll have a color based on that. So your personal heart rate is determined by your own physiology, gender, resting heart rate, age, some other stuff in there. There's a formula they use to assess your specific heart rate, and then we put that in, and if the goal for this core class is going to be, let's just say, cardiovascular endurance, so it's going to be a boot camp style class, but we're going to be focusing on the cardio benefits, not the strength. Then we want to ensure that you are working in a threshold that gives you cardiovascular benefits. Again, this is science. This is not some kind of woo-woo, again, Harry Potter wizardry, right? So, but in order to know that you're training at this level and making these changes, you have to monitor that somehow. That's why a lot of the steady state cardio machines in the gym have a way to track your heart rate. The bad part about that is something like a treadmill. That is not functional. You don't run on a treadmill with your hands, or run out in real life with your hands fixed to something. So that's not functional or normal for your body. The elliptical is a little better, so you can do that. So, but what we will be using will be a actual wristband heart rate monitor, just like the regular fitness trackers. And each person will get one at each class. They are sanitized and cleaned before class, so we can reuse them for the next class. But we'll use that to track your heart rate throughout the actual exercise. And you'll be able to see, and so will your fellow lifters, how hard you are actually working. So if it's in the red zone, you're pushing way too hard, and the green zone, you're just not pushing hard enough, depending on the color and how we set it up. But it's a really cool, technologically based metric and feedback tool to help you while you're working out to know indeed if you are pushing hard enough to get these changes. Because a lot of times I hear from people that they don't know if what they're doing is actually working. That's the same thing for tracking workouts that we talked about before. How do you know you're getting stronger or building muscle? You got to know how much you lifted and progressively overload that and be able to definitively know that you are indeed making changes and developing muscle. And for the heart, it's no different. The problem is we can't really gauge the heart. So the best way to do it is use a tracker that actually measures your heart rate. So it's gonna be really cool. I'm not familiar with any other facilities out here that offer that. So this will be something again that we're offering in our courses. Haven't decided which classes will have it, but definitely the ones that are gonna be cardio-based focused or boot camp or high impact circuit style activities. Could even still use it in a strength-based training environment where the goal is fat loss. So if you're doing strength training for, say, fat loss or hypertrophy or something like that, You want to ensure you're not getting your heart into that cardiovascular zone. You want to stay in that fat burning zone. So there's all sorts of benefits. And like we said before, what gets measured gets managed. So just having that awareness with it just makes it super awesome. So another unique selling point brought to you by the Lift Academy. And until next time, lift daily and stay powerful.